Joel?
Yes, hello.
Hello. All right, I think we have everybody on that is required. We have all the board members, we got legal counsel, we've got our tech support. Mr. Previston, Misha, and I are here at the superintendent's office. Everyone else is participating remotely. This is being streamed to the school's website, and also I understand being saved to YouTube so it can be watched later. So I think we're compliant under the governor's new modifications, and so I think we're ready to begin. I'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I know we don't have a flag here, but we'll do the best we can. So I'll start us off. Pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
and justice for all. All right, thank you. First order of business is approval of the minutes. The minutes were in your packet from our March 9th meeting. Questions or concerns on the minutes?
Yeah, I did not get a packet, so I'll defer to you guys.
I did not get a packet.
Okay, everything was emailed out. Did you see that?
No, didn't get it.
Okay.
Who sent it, John? Was it
Stephanie?
okay? I'm gonna look.
I got it, John.
Yeah, my .mil site will sometimes strip off emails from schools because of past bad practices from recruiters, is what I've been told.
Okay. All right. Well, any concerns with the minutes? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
They got a motion from Misha and a second from Mike to approve the minutes as presented. Any other concerns? If not, all those in favor of approving the minutes of the March 9th meeting as presented?
Aye.
Aye.
Somebody have a question?
I was going to say one note for everybody that's not speaking at the time, please mute your phone or mute your WebEx.
Okay. All right, minutes will stand approved as presented. Board president's comments, I'll just briefly say I appreciate everyone's efforts. It's been a obviously strange situation we've had to deal with on a lot of different fronts. And appreciate the efforts of everybody to get things accomplished. And we'll leave it at that. Mr. Creviston, any comments from you?
We have the continuing education plan 90% done, wait on a few details. Special education, that's the part of the new requirement for the particular circumstances that we are in, not too complicated. We will have to submit that to the state by Friday. The only thing that we still need again is a couple of this information from special ed for continuing with students with disabilities, covering that. There were some FEMA deadlines that have been pushed into the future a bit because of demand. So we get into that. The guidance that we're getting is go ahead and apply for these kinds of things, whether we currently have a need or not. So we're getting into that. We do we're having a shortage now and looking at the food delivery. If anyone would want to help, we probably will be able to get meals prepared, but the original plan was that Charles employee would drive, and some things have changed. That probably won't be the case. So if we could maybe get someone Wednesday to help at the sites would be very helpful. We just got to make sure we're doing the social distancing and the proper handling of the food. As the summer goes by, these kinds of things are going to be probably losing even more work as it comes back online. There was one other thing, but not remembering right now, so we can get back to that next time.
Okay, that brings us to board actions. I think for efficiency, we're going to bundle all these. We have our standard financial report, claims report, personnel report with 2 action items there, which I'll go ahead and read those. I usually do that and we'll tell you what those are because I know Brian said he had issues getting the packet. I'm trying to forward that to you right now, Brian. We'll see if I can get that accomplished.
Hey, I appreciate it, John, but at this point, I'll just trust you guys. I can't possibly do 2 things at once with an electronic device.
All right, I'm going to send it. That way you'll have it.
Can I get it,
Oh,
John,
that's
as well?
okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, don't hold up the meeting or delay it for me. Thank you, though.
Okay, so the 2 action items are resignation of non-certified staff member Amber Earledge as of May 29th, 2020, so a future resignation. And then resignation of non-certified staff member Quinn Zayer, if I'm saying that right, effective March 16th, 2020. So those are the 2 action items on the personnel report. Then we've got the transfer of funds routine from education to operations. And then we'll break out the resolution number 5 as to the non-certified staff members. So I guess at this point, it asks for a a motion to approve the financial report, claims report, personnel report, and transfer of funds. And certainly we'll take any questions or concerns anyone has.
We accept as written.
Okay, John Cross made a motion.
Second.
A second from Mike. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting resolutions 2024-1, 4-2, 4-3, and 4-4 are standard consent resolutions, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those 4 resolutions will stand approved. Resolution 2020-4-5 is a resolution, I think it's pretty short. I'll read that here I know a couple of you didn't get a packet. It's relating to paying non-certified staff members through the public health emergency. It says, whereas the Board of School Trustees of Blue River Valley School Corporation has been duly informed of the current financial status of the corporation and the impact of the coronavirus emergency on the employees of the corporation. Therefore, the board shall authorize the corporation to develop a plan to continue wages for approved non-temporary categories of work through the duration of the emergency or until formally discontinued by the board. I know Mr. Creviston sent around a plan, which we had a chance to look at, but essentially the goal, I think, is to pay the non-certified staff members through the end of the year as if they would have work, since this is an extraordinary situation and we're essentially receiving the revenue we would have received. So I think that was the logic in some of the discussions. So any questions on this resolution?
Nope.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion by Brian, and I think John Cross was the second. You may beat Mike to the punch. Okay, anything else before we vote? If not, all those in favor of adopting resolution 2020-4-5, giving the superintendent the authority to implement a plan to pay the non-certified staff members, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that resolution will stand approved. Is there any old business that we need to address, knowing that in these times we're supposed to just take care of critical business? Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to new business. And as you all know, and I think have been parties to some emails over the last couple of days, we have an employee with a payroll discrepancy situation that we want to try to rectify. When the person who is a teacher was hired in, the years of service was reported incorrectly. Why that is, not entirely sure, but some of her prior employment, the schools didn't update as they should have or get us the information, and then there were some communication issues. Long story short, she was hired in 1 year less than the years of service that she was entitled to. And was that 620?
I have to look.
Yeah, we emailed it. And I think you may have seen it was 620 or 30 some dollars a year. So she's been receiving the pay increases as time has passed, but was short that base amount per year up until recently, maybe within the last 6 months or so, and it was retroactive for a short period of time, but we think she's either owed, I know there's some discussion on email, either 3 years or 4 years. So I think Mr. Crevston believes it's 4 years.
Okay, so
Mike, I know you had thought it was 3.
Yeah, I thought it was 3, but it's 3 or 4. Eric's right.
yeah, we'll take a look at the permanent record and see
Okay.
what the duration is.
And Mr. Harvey's prepared a simple agreement for her to sign that basically says, we're going to make this adjustment and that's the end of it. And she's not going to sue us or pursue anything. And she's not threatened that in the past or anything, but just to kind of close that loop and we can get this behind us because she's, we've talked about it. She's been patient and we just kind of want to get that wrapped up. So I think the motion is 4 years and I want to say it's 2480 total, maybe it's 620.
We got it. I think we exchanged it.
And I think that, and Joel's got an agreement prepared with it in there. So I guess at this point, if we feel like it's 4 years, we'd like to get a motion to make that adjustment and get her paid.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Brian and Mike with a second. Any other discussion?
I had some mind. Oh, how right.
Okay, I think that was some background noise. All right, so we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of adopting, approving the payroll adjustment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we'll show that's approved. We'll get that agreement to her and get that resolved. So appreciate everybody's help on that. Is there any other new business? I know there's a lot of things kind of outstanding. We've got the bond issue, we've got the Mount Summit property, but I think we'll maybe sit on those things and work on them as we can with everything else going on and a different world we're operating in. So, anything else before we adjourn from anybody? Okay, if not, I appreciate James and Ty getting this set up for us. And I mean, this may be something that we do in the future just to improve accessibility for those that may want to know what's going on, but maybe